a stunning performance, underdogs Baltimore Revo earned their way into the PSP Champions Division by defeating a highly favored Los Angeles Infamous in the Challengers Division semifinals at the last event. Though they lost to San Antonio X Factor in the finals, Revo will have a chance to battle in the hardest division of the paintball world. The PSP World Cup is a giant test for Revo, who's been working their way up the ranks from Division 4 and winning tournaments for the past few years. They built a great team that is deep across the board, and Revo has solid attackers in all the front positions and strong support players like Henry Sense. On the snake-heavy layout, look for players O'Mara and Keegan Ingram to be pushing the attack, backed up by John Hartman and Patrick Fong. On the D side, Mike Baker was the team's hero during their come-from-behind victory to get them into the Champions Division. Win or lose, Revo has shown great heart making it this far, and the franchise has a very bright future in front of them as a professional paintball team if they can just keep this talented crew together. Upton 187 crew hasn't been able to win enough games in the prelims to threaten in the PSP Champions Division this year, but they didn't spend any time in the Challengers Division because they have become the relegation executioners, knocking down Infamous, Aftershock, and VCK in the last 3 tournaments. The core of 187 is strong, and their skills are growing quickly with the experience they're gaining in the Champs Division, as they showed in wins against tournament winners Art Chaos and the 2013 Series Champs Dynasty in just the last event alone. So they proved that they can beat the best teams in the world, but their problems stem from lack of consistency and depth. They will need all 5 starters to play their best paintball in order to have a chance to win the World Cup. Max Trail is the highest ranked player on the team by far and can play on either side of the field. Eddie Painter's skills as a back player are constantly improving, and his timing is amazing. Dan Zaleski is 187's best snake player, and he will play a huge factor in the team's success on this layout, as will rookie Matt Arula and veteran Thomas Fantoni. If 187 plays World Cup like they do in the relegation games, then they definitely have a chance to win this tournament.
Welcome back here, 2014 PSP World Cup, most important tournament of the year, the hardest to win. I'm Matty Marshall alongside Steve Rabikoff and Chris Lasoya. So we are about to head into the afternoon bracket here. Champions Division, the first game coming at you is going to be Upton 187 crew. They're going to welcome Baltimore Revo to the Champions Division. This is Revo's first event here up with the big boys, and man, they had an awesome event at the West Coast Open to earn the right. Big win against Infamous to get into this division. It's such a success story. This is a team that started out, Rab, in D1 this year, came up to the Challengers Division, and then spent 2 tournaments there, and now all of a sudden proving that it can be done, getting to the Champions Division.
I mean, think about it. MAO, we were up here watching them play D1, the D1 Championship, and 2 tournaments later, here they're in the Champions Division at World Cup. I mean, like, come on, that's an amazing story, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we kind of break down this afternoon bracket here, want to check out the fantasy leaders. So hopefully you picked some of these guys on your team. They're now right at the bottom portion below us. So yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. I mean, you know, Art Chaos, if you picked anyone on Art Chaos, particularly Konstantin Fedorov, I know he's quite expensive to pick in the fantasy, but man, he's killing it. Axe got in some kills in there. Mishka did great. Just pretty much everyone on that starting line for Art Chaos is just dominating right now. And it was a pretty interesting morning bracket. He went 1-1, Legion went 0-2, Art Chaos went 2-0, and X Factor went 1-1. So, you know, we'll see how things shake out tomorrow.
That's what we kind of thought was going to happen. It was going to be like this bloodbath, and it happened. So
yeah. So heading into the afternoon division here, as 187 crew takes on Baltimore Revo, and then after that, it's going to be Tampa Bay Damage and Vicious. But let's talk about 187 crew and Revo. Again, we've just kind of spoken about how Revo had this storybook progression through the ranks here this year, but it was really kind of their confidence in themselves, their ability to, you know, kind of go up against, to step up to the bigger leagues and really stay confident in their ability to play the game and then prove it to everybody. I mean, you know, they beat X Factor at the last event. They beat Infamous. I mean, they beat some really good teams that have been in the Champions Division that have won. That's the defending world title holders and also the team that won the first event in the Champions Division. So Revo's beat both of those teams, and they beat them in the same tournament at the West Coast Open. This afternoon, they have to take on 187 crew, and then they have to take on Impact. And talk about storybook seasons. Impact is definitely on a roll, and kind of got to give them the favorite status here in this afternoon bracket.
They came in from last year's World Cup and just they kept it going, and with the revamped team. Think about it, they lost 4 players at the beginning of the year, so they've retooled that team and have done amazing so far this year. I mean, coming into World Cup, but it doesn't mean anything until you get to Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was the thing, because it is such a storybook season. I mean, a lot of people don't even realize, and we talked about this in the beginning of the year, Chris, but Impact was supposed to be on a rebuild year, like you had just mentioned. I mean, they had to cycle through some guys, and then when they went and picked up, Danny Park and Nick Laval, I mean, obviously Rainey Stanzik, he's a veteran, but they kind of went a little bit different road, picking up some younger, like Danny Park, and though a great prospect, hadn't become a really big name player, and he's actually hurt, he's not playing at this event. And then Nick Laval has really stepped up for 187. He's got a lot more spins as the year has progressed. But really the story with Impact, and the reason they've made 3 finals in a row, winning 1, taking 2nd twice, is the core of the team. Their main attackers, the 2 Justins, Justin Cornell and your son Justin Rabikoff, those guys are awesome. Zach Yakimek is having the best year of his career, one of the highest ranked guys, and just
and Joshua Met, who I think is highly underrated, and he's consistently gets it done, and that's what you need. You need guys on your team that consistently go out there and just get the job done, and let the other guys do their job, and look what it's producing so far this year.
Yeah, so we are just about 3 minutes to go before the start of this Upton 187 crew and Baltimore Revo game here. 187 crew, they beat some big teams this year too. They are the relegation game executioners. They've played in 3 of them so far this season, winning all of them and sending some good teams down to the Challengers Division. They themselves, they won all those games, so they've maintained this spot in the Champions Division. The problem though for 187 is they don't have a ton of depth. And they typically get off to a slower start. So if they could just bring that game that they've seemed to find every single Sunday morning in those relegation games and bring that game to the prelims, it's going to be a different story for 187. And talk about cores, talked about how strong the core is for Edmonton Impact. The core of 187 crew is very strong as well too. Max Trailer, Dan Zaleski, great attackers. Unfortunately for them, speaking of that core, it looks like Eddie Painter may not be playing at this event. Still, we'll wait to see if he ends up out there on the field, but he had injured his knee, and when I was talking to his father, the owner of the team, Dave Painter, he had said, hey, I think he's going to gut it out and play, but then I think he tweaked it in practice last weekend, so we may or may not see Eddie Painter, which is, if he doesn't play, that's a big loss.
That's a big loss.
That's a big loss.
He's a big anchor in the back. He takes care of business.
He's one of those clutch players. He's one of those guys that he seems to be pulling stuff out, on a regular basis.
And his timing is developing. He's a great gunfighter. So but this field is more about the snake and more about that D side of the field. We've seen the center play a little bit more in the morning, early in the morning, than we did as things progressed. But that move is still there. But the thing, if they don't really have another guy that can play like Eddie does in that same spot. But they have a couple guys that they're going to try to get reps out there, some younger guys for a 187 crew that I heard have been playing well in practice. So on the flip side, Revo, this is a team that we haven't really seen a lot of on this main field. We've seen them a lot on Sunday during for the past couple years as they made their way up the ranks, and that's one of the cool things about the PSP and paintball in general. You can start at a really low rank, D4, D5, and slowly but surely increase your skills, work your way up, and that is what they've been doing.
From D4, D3, D2, D1, and here they are to the Champions Division. So for all the teams that are watching out there, you can do it. It just takes a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
And they got a great backer with Rick Hartman at Paintball Wholesalers, so you need that too. That's important. You need good guys that are going to take care of you, and he does. So, and you know what? I saw a practice with Houston Heat about 3 weeks ago with these guys, and they were playing the layout really well, but that's practice. So let's see what they got here today. Let's see if they can handle the pressure at World Cup.
And they handled the pressure well. That was the Challengers Division. So here in the Champions Division, Baltimore Revo about to make their inaugural appearance against 187. So I don't see Eddie Painter out there. So it looks like Eddie Painter will not be starting the game for 187.
The other guys are just going to have to step up, get it done. Max Trailer's just he probably won't leave the field ever. Dan Zaleski will probably never leave the field. Those guys get a lot of spins throughout the year anyway, so look for them to just get it done.
Man, they're going to have to ride those main guys, Chris.
And we've said this before. Now, with the lapse of one good player, does another player step in that and stand out to make himself a name?
Well, getting the start for 187. We'll see the split screen breakout at 187. Aggressive to the snake, sending Zaleski there off the break. Greg Lazat, William Huntoon, Max Trailer, and Matt Derula out there. And it looks like a major penalty on Revo immediately. So I think that was that? It looks like that was Henry Stentz. Yeah. So here comes Zaleski off to the races here, snake side. And Max Trailer going to grab that flag and hang it up.
And they didn't get a chance to put anybody in the box. So what's going to happen now is that's going to be a full 2 minutes.
That is not how you want to start World
No.
Cup in the Champions Division.
And the ref threw that flag so hard he took a digger jumping over the snake.
He did.
That was on the center guy, I believe.
It was
going
on,
up the
it
middle.
was on Henry Sense, so that's not the way you want to start, but hey, it is what it is now. They're going to have to deal with it and work their way through that.
Yeah,
And
unfortunately.
like you said, it's going to be a full 2 minute.
Yeah, but at least, you know, the pod girl, I mean, I got to say something. Here we go.
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, Baltimore Revo not getting a good start here to their Champions League first point, major penalty, and like you said, got to get in that box as quick as you possibly can.
But when they threw the penalty, though, the ref was searching for somebody to pull. They did not quite get a chance to pull the guy. He didn't make it to the box, so they have a good complaint about that, but unfortunately, it's not going to go their way. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
so
I'm sorry, go on.
no, I just want to check out this game matchup real quick. Everyone at home seeing on their screen. So, all the Baltimore Revo fans are out there going to be hitting me up on Facebook saying, why aren't our bars over as far as we think they should be? Well, you're in a new division, so you're getting ranked differently than I would rank you in the Challengers division. So
you want to get those lines moved up, start winning some matches, and you get moved up.
you want to get the bottom clutch one moved up. Don't get a major penalty in the first point of your Champions Division match. But regardless, man, big fan of the Revo team, big fan of what they're doing, and a really, they've got a deep squad too. Multiple divisional teams. Basically, they were the story of the West Coast Open. And,
the whole organization.
Yeah, I mean they won divisional
Division 2,
yeah.
Division 3.
They did great.
Yeah, again, their divisions are stacked.
Yeah, so here we go. Point number 2. And it looks like off the break, Revo spreading the field, good cross-field spread. Everyone makes it out alive.
And that's what you want. You want to like chew some of this clock up, because on this field, man, you can, as we saw in the early brackets, you can give up some points quick on this field and a penalty.
Yeah, so 187 making the way, Snake 2, also Dorito 1. So attacking both sides of the field. They did lose a body, and I believe that was Dan Zaleski coming off, got shot by Chris Lloyd. So Revo's done a good job there by shooting that body, evening up the body count, but Nick Roberts now past the 50-yard line here, or at the 50-yard line for 187.
And as you say, that Keegan Ingram gets eliminated on the snake corner, so Revo's down to three players, and now they just lose another one, so they're down with 2 players. And it looks like we got a minute left, minute 10 left on the penalty. So
yeah, another Revo player, Mike Baker's going to be coming off, and he was the hero for their semis performance, getting them into the Champions Division. That amazing move he made at the center against Infamous, but he gets shot out of his bunker. Roberts is going to hang that flag up. So that's one of those guys that we talked about. Josh Pike and Nick Roberts are going to need to. They're going to get a lot of spins, and they're going to need to play well if 187 is going to have a chance at this tournament. So it looks like that hang is going to be clean, and we're going to have ourselves a 2-0 match with 18 minutes and 21 seconds to go.
And that's what if you're going to do anything, at least kill half the penalty. If you're going to take a point down, hopefully they can chew up some more of this clock and play this game up 5-on-5.
Well, they did a good job of getting. They got all 4 guys out,
yeah.
and they spread the field. And that's exactly what you need to do. But then they lost Ingram out of the back corner on the snake side, and then they started losing bodies over on the D side as well too. So, you got to get out wide and stay alive in those gunfights. It's almost better to hide almost and let them run you down. I mean, obviously you want to engage, but you want to just suck as much time off that penalty as possible and see the replay from that last point. So still 53 seconds left on that major penalty. That's a tough shake for Revo, man, to get a penalty right away, because then you don't even get any start of momentum at all.
No.
You actually start in the negative on that side if it's the first point where you get that major penalty. Yeah, we're here, man. Fantasy of Flight, a little bit outside of Orlando, Florida. It's a beautiful day. It's definitely hot and humid, but I'll take that over rain any day.
I'll take that all day.
So we got about 25 seconds before the start of this next one here in this race to 7 points.
And like you said, coming in here, they've been practicing hard for the last 3 or 4 weeks. First point, they get a penalty. So, hey, get those butterflies out, get back to 5-on-5 and play these guys heads up.
Yeah. Step one, get rid of that penalty.
Well, and you know, they're used to playing divisional fields like the Challenge Division, and they're not used to these refs quite yet.
Yeah.
So
it takes time.
Yeah, that is true.
And there's a learning curve with these guys.
So on the breakout here, Revo again able to spread the field wide, doing a good job of getting out. And look at this, they take out 2 187 players, as it looks like Greg Lazat and Nick Roberts both walk off early. So now Revo has the advantage, and they are going to get their body back in 30 seconds. So these players on Revo now making moves on the D side. Oh, they lose that gunfight, but that's the thing. You're up now. You're up 4 bodies on 3, and you're about to go up 5 bodies on 3. And he made that move clean. You don't need to come out right away and engage.
And take your time. You got, like you said, the momentum's on your side now. There's 10 seconds left on the penalty. Get you guys out there and get this point even. So here, as we say that, Revo's going down to Snake 50 and 187 to Snake 2. So let's see if Revo can start putting some shots on that back corner, which he just did. So it's now, looks like Revo's about to turn this game possibly here. I don't think the Revo player knows he shot out the Dorito corner yet.
Well, Morrow's still alive. Sean Rill, Hartman, and Sense alive for Revo. It's 4 on 3. Actually, I think there's only 1 player left alive, back corner bunker. Yeah, so just 1 player left alive as the bodies had dropped for 187. It was just Matt Derula in that back corner bunker. So here comes Baltimore Revo. It was a great point, man. They started down a body, able to shoot 2 off the break, stay alive, and then get that body out of the box. So they're going to be back at full strength now.
Full strength, only down 1 point. So congratulations. That's the way to do it.
So now we're going to, yeah, exactly. Back at full strength, only down by 1, so the major didn't cost them a ton. But now we're going to see what we got here. But those were, hey, that's that standard let's kill the penalty clock play. 4 even spread across and try to win a gunfight or 2. It's exactly what happened. So 1 point separates these 2 teams. 187 crew throwing down against Baltimore Revo. We'll be right back after this.
I first picked up a paintball gun when I was 9. I used to stand around at the field and stare at the Ironman players, hoping for a shot. I earned my way onto the team when I was 15. We won 2 world titles. When I blew my knee out for the 2nd time, the doctor told me I'd never play again, but I refused to let go of my dream. I'm an Ironman, and paintball is my life.
Welcome back. Right now we have 187 battling it out with Revo. I'm here with Henry Sense. Henry, this is your first time coming up to the champion bracket, and it's at World Cup. How were you guys feeling coming into this?
We're really excited. You know, we've just been trying to practice and get everything done we need to prepare for this. It's going to be a grind, so hopefully we can stick it out with all these other top teams.
All right. Well, 187 is up 1 point. We'll see if Revo can tie it up.
I'll tell you what, win or lose, Revo is a winner this year. I mean, what an amazing story.
Yep.
And they're gonna stick together, hopefully, hope to God for all their fans, and they can make a run at it one of these days. We'll see, man. They're close. It's a 1 point game. If they beat 187, that would be a big statement to the league. Hey, we came here to play. Yeah, we're legit. Not gonna push us around. That's what they're fighting for right now. So they lose Mike Baker, the bearded wonder.
A lot of beards playing paintball.
Yes, but his beard is particularly gigantic and awesome. So just 4 bodies left alive right now. Ingram, Lloyd, Frank, and Fong on the field for Revo. Got
Minor
good
penalty,
production.
another penalty, Maddie. I'm sorry to interrupt right there on your screen.
And I think that was Lloyd. Oh, Zaleski running into a gun, though, so no one in the snake for either team. But bodies dropping, though, for Revo, and it's not looking good again. I think there's just 1 player left alive, so here comes 187 crew sharking down the field, and they are going to completely obliterate Patrick Fong. Is that? Yeah, Patrick Fong.
Patrick Fong was asking the ref, hey, am I clean? Am I clean? I want to get back in there. And he's probably thinking, Maybe he should have just pulled me.
Would have saved me about 15, 20 welts.
There's 4 dudes rolling in here. Just tell them I'm hit.
Yeah, hungry for blood, trying to put that 3rd point on the board. So Matt Derula getting checked out by the referee. Looks like the hang is clean. So Matt Derula, another one of those younger guys. Josh Pike, Roberts, and Derula. Those are the 3 names. Those are the guys that it's really up to them. We know what Thomas Mantoni, Trailer. We know what those guys can do. Zaleski, but these other guys a little less proven, but starting to look pretty good right here. Matt Derula, 2 confirmed kills for him. Let's check in with the referee on the field, see what that penalty is all about.
Minor on number 31, Revo playing on, unobvious hit.
So yeah, lots of unobvious hits today, lots of minor penalties. Haven't really seen the Reds flying as much. There's definitely been some, but not like we've seen in other tournaments.
However, we have the Challengers field to the right. As we've been calling these games, I've just been seeing red flags just flying left and right over here. So I don't know what's going on over there. Who's playing right now, but
I think as this tournament progresses, we're going to see more.
Well, we know, like, look at what happened in the morning bracket. You have 3 teams that are at 1-1, a team at Moscow Red Legion who's at 0-2, and Archaeos who's at 2-0. So that's a pretty close division over there. I'm expecting the same out of this afternoon bracket. So yeah, on Saturday when things start really counting and your fate of your tournament, your year is going to be decided at World Cup, I mean, yeah, we definitely could see some more Reds tomorrow for sure. 15:29 on the clock, about 20 minutes to go before the start of the next point. 187 will be on your right-hand side. Shooting those Planet Eclipse guns. Baltimore Revo. Empire-sponsored team on your left.
Nope. Those are GI.
Well, no, but they're an Empire team too, right? No? They're all GI 100%, Baltimore Revo?
All the way, GI head to toe.
Well, my bad. I'm glad we have you up here. I'm glad we have you up here for that.
Weird.
Weird, Chris.
Yeah, so here we go. 5 players alive for Baltimore Revo. 187 looks like they got a body in the snake. So does Revo. Both in snake 1, both looking, well, one of them looks like Revo looking sideline right now, whereas 187 is looking more towards the center and on that D side. Oh, but it looks like Max Trailer takes the early walk, so now the advantage goes to Baltimore Revo. They have 2 players in the snake now and a back guy, so 3 players on this snake side. You can see there on your screen.
But as they make that move, 187 makes it to the 3-50, so and he shoots out the snake 1, so that was a good move by 187 because it slows those snake guys down, and he just took out the back guy. So hey, that was a great move by 187 to slow down the Revo snake side. Yeah,
it's O'Mara in there. It's number 16, Stephen O'Mara. 4 confirmed kills for him. He is by far the kill count leader for both teams. Time ticking off the clock. 14:19 to go. Little bit better field position right now for 187 as they have Nick Roberts, and they really believe in these younger guys. Matt Derula, Nick Roberts. I've heard a lot of good things from the guys up in the Northeast about these players, so expecting for them to have a big World Cup.
Oh, great shot there by 187 out of the snake.
Yeah, so now move coming down. Nick Roberts goes to launch. It looks like he might have got him. No, he gets taken out, misses his shot. I think that his first shot hit the bunker. So O'Mara still alive in there. Now no one in the snake for 187. So tough draw there and that missed shot, Nick Roberts. So now it's just Huntoon and Derula. I think Greg Lazat is alive as well. Baltimore Revo, Sean Rill, O'Mara, and Sense.
O'Mara moving to snake 50.
Yeah, he looks like he wants to take another bite. Past the 50-yard line, he's going to look D side. And he does get a shot. Nice job. O'Mara eats up Greg Lazat, who was in that 50-yard line on the D side. So now in the driver's seat is Baltimore Revo, trying to pull this within 1 here. Matt Derula, William Huntoon still left alive. And they are in the back corner bunkers. And here comes a move into the snake. Matt Derula gunfighting down tape. It's going to come down.
Wow,
with the gunfight. Yeah, and it looks like Derula gets the shot in on O'Mara, but then it looks like Derula gets taken out by Henry Sense.
Here comes Henry.
Henry, big move all the way to the 50.
Literally.
Yeah, man, he's for a big guy. That guy can move. That was a nice Superman
That
dive
was-
into
that
the
was
50.
nice,
Looked
actually.
good.
Hey, go Henry.
So now he's in this snake. It's kind of tough to be on your knees. And oh, sorry, there's still one player on the D side.
One-on-one.
So now it turns into a one-on-one. So it's William Huntoon, new player for Upton 187 crew, taking on Henry Sense.
Oh, Henry Sense putting it on him.
Oh,
nasty.
Henry Sense.
Beautiful.
Look at that
Look
move.
at that move.
That was awesome.
Beautiful
Henry.
move by Henry Sense.
He was committed right when he got up and said, I'm going to go right at him.
All the way.
All the way. You
I
know
was
what?
that shocked.
We're leaving the field either together or I'm taking him out. Good move, Henry.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome one-on-one victory right there for leader of Baltimore Revo. Big Henry making it happen. That was beautiful. And
Nice Superman dive into the snake.
yeah,
Gets up,
absolutely.
runs the guy
I wouldn't
down.
say nice. I would say it was decent.
It was a
well,
Superman.
no, that was a legit Superman dive into the 50. And not only that, he was the one that got the shot on Snake 1.
Yes.
So he got that kill, dives into the snake, and then just makes Huntoon look real bad.
Hey, dude, that was horrible.
Yeah,
that was a move.
That was beautiful.
Doing it.
That was a move. Hey, respect, man. I dig it.
And to
He's pretty
make this a
quick, too.
game. Yeah, very, very big, man. Or very, very quick for a big dude. Let's check out this replay. So you see he comes in, tears him up. So look at this. Yeah, gets shot. Actually, both of them got shots on him. So look at it from this end. Drula wins that gunfight.
And then gets shot.
And then gets shot.
man.
But look at this. So here comes Sense. And this is that last rundown. Just made him lose him. Perfect cut to the outside.
That was
beautiful work.
Yeah,
Hey,
I got
you're
nothing.
Revo, you're sitting in the pits watching that happen.
That energizes
That's
you.
just got to be pumping the team up going, hey, Henry is just rolling down the snake doing this. So
Yeah, that is huge.
And it was right in front of his pits too. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm
you're
saying.
like, now let's turn it up one notch.
So with 11 minutes and 45 seconds to go, Revo pulls within one. 3-2 is the score. Got about 30 seconds before the start of this next one. See if Revo sends Henry back out. Doesn't look like they are.
I'd bring O'Mara back out. O'Mara's having a pretty good game so far.
Omara's good. That's the thing. Revo also has a lot of guys, and they all seem to be really good. So look,
Right.
Omara's got 6 confirmed kills. But this snake is so important. We saw it all morning long. We talked about it on the lead up to this tournament, how long that snake is. It's all connected. So if you can shoot that back player out and clear that snake out, it's pretty much your point. Off the break here, Baltimore Revo looking good, spreading the field. 5 players alive for them, but 187 able to make it into the snake.
Goes right around down to snake 3. And at snake 3, you can start putting shots on the back Aztec there, which he just did. So look for him to go right around and see if he can take out that Dorito corner. But now it'll slow down a bit because now Revo is now in the snake 2, so that could move could happen a little bit earlier. But hey, it's easy for us to say that up here.
Yeah.
right.
So 187, better field position in the snake. Looks like that's Nick Roberts. And he's backed up by Max Trailer.
Oh, Nick is shaking out.
Untimely death for Nick Roberts. He's going to take the slow walk back. That's going to force Max Trailer to get up there. He still has a back player, though, so 2 players on this side for 187. Baltimore Revo, they also have 2 players on the snake side as well. And a 1-body advantage. 4 bodies left alive for Baltimore Revo, 3 for Upton 187 crew.
This is a slower game than we've seen from the earlier division.
Yeah, well, we're at the 10-minute mark. We've actually seen a game end before the 10-minute mark was hit in the morning bracket. I think that was the Art
X
Chaos.
Factor. I think it was X Factor.
That was the X Factor
Yeah,
game.
X Factor.
Yeah, that was X Factor dismantling Moscow Legion 7-1.
Yeah, that was a whooping.
So right now, these 2 teams throwing down to see who's going to be the first to strike in the afternoon bracket of the Champions Division here at the World Cup.
Jonathan Hartman on the opposite side of the snake. Max Trailer trying to shoot across the field. Heads up battle on the snake, Steve.
Hey, you know what? Jonathan Hartman, welcome to the big leagues. Go take out that player. That's your job as a snake player, is get him off the field because you still have 2 people behind you. So
Well, they have that 1-body advantage, so I mean, if they can pull it to You know, right now it's a 4-on-3. 3-on-2. Yeah, I don't know if he has the ball right now.
It's kind of a stalemate game. I mean,
Yeah, well, these teams are hungry to prove themselves out here. 187 knows they can beat good teams. They've done it already, and they wanted to get a good start here at this event. They didn't want to come out slow.
Right, and you know what? If you can start this game with a win, that's just the confidence that you'll take for the rest of the games is important. So, especially for Revo, because this is their first time up here, so they would love to get a win out of this. And 187 wants to show everybody, hey, that you're going to play with the big boys, this is what's going to happen. So, but like you said, Chris, this game's slow, and Revo is content with that, and so is 187.
Coming up on the 8-minute and 30-second mark here in a minute. 3-2, 187 up, but
Yeah.
Revo looking good.
Yeah, this
And obviously, the snake, Chris. This is a dream right here. This snake right here. Look at this. We haven't seen a snake like this.
Well, yeah, maybe for somebody like you, not me so much.
I love playing these kind of snakes. So, John Hartman's job: get close to this guy, take him out. This game breaks wide open for Revo because it's a numbers game. Then now it's 3-on-2 with the guys in the back line.
It's definitely a highway move. I mean, it's definitely you don't want to go down the wire.
And look, you just got to ask his coach on the sideline, hey, which way is Dorito corner shooting? And even if they trade, it's okay. That's your job.
Well, Hartman trying to work notch 2 of the snake. He's mirrored up right now with Max trailer. Now they're gunfighting each other down the corner here. Tense moments in the snake. And then a big move on the D side.
That's going to help a little bit.
So Baltimore Revo making it into the 50-yard line on the D side of the field. That's going to force Max trailer to turn his gun that way. That could open things up for Hartman here. They do have a one-body advantage. That was a great move into the 52.
Yeah, it's
nice work.
It forces now the snake to kind of pay attention to the inside. And there's that move I was talking about.
Here's that highway, and trailer tries to go outside and ends up getting
major
up.
penalty.
And that is the worst thing that could have happened right now for Upton 187. So 187 is going to have to send a guy in the box. Needs to hurry up and get in the box, because that time's not going to start ticking off until you get in there, and it's a major. So now it's going to start ticking off, and here comes that's Lloyd.
Oh, Lloyd, sorry.
So Chris Lloyd going to hang that flag up, number 7.
Man, get shot, just walk off the field, man.
Well, I think he definitely shouldn't have tried to wheel his gun back towards the center, but he came out, so the highway where the guy was running the highway on him, and when he heard the crowd start to, say he's coming, but it was a big, huge, loud burst of noise. He just heard that, thought the guy was going to run him down from the sidelines, but then started catching balls and spun around. Let's see if we can see it here. So you see Hartman jump over, start running down the highway, and then trailer comes out. I don't know. It's tough to tell from this one. Let's see.
No,
we're not going to.
Let's see. Here we go.
Let's see from this angle either. I don't know if one came off his pack there already.
It's close.
It's close. Well, let's listen in. We got the referee down there. He's going to give us some information about that penalty.
That was a major on number 7 for 187 for spinning.
Got the dreaded spinning penalty. Tied up here at 3 apiece now. Revo fighting and tying it up. 7 minutes and 2 seconds to go. Taking a look here in the pits of Upton 187 crew, who initially started this game real well, but they looking like they're starting to get down on themselves. That is not a good sign.
No, and
Mantoni was pouting.
Not when they had a 3-1 lead. Yeah, he's great.
There's no crying in paintball.
Yeah, there's no crying in paintball.
Well, they got to keep your wits about you out here. I mean, it's a tie game. Might as well be 0-0 here. And the toughest thing now is that they have to fight through the penalties. So Revo got some penalties, and now the penalty bug strikes 187.
And like you said, it's not like they're down. It's just 0-0.
Exactly.
Just relax.
But that's, again, paintball, such a game of momentum. So it looks like a timeout has been called by 187. So we're going to take a quick timeout as well. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, John, come in here.
Welcome back. We are in the middle of 187 battling it out with Revo. It is tied 3-3 right now. Now first, you were just telling me that you're injured. Can you tell me what happened and if you'll be playing at all here at World Cup?
I don't predict myself playing at all at World Cup, so if you got me on your fantasy roster, I'd drop me and pick somebody else up. But if the team needs me, I'll strap up and head out there.
Now, what about these fans you guys have? They are the loudest fans I think I've ever seen at any tournament. That's pretty incredible, but does that put any pressure on you?
No more pressure than we're used to. We always have loud and crazy fans.
All right, well, we'll see who takes the lead right here. 187 versus Revo. Back to you guys.
So it looks like Ingram able to make it in past Snake 1 into Snake 2. Oh, but then Ingram gets taken out.
But Max Trailer and Zaliski both taking the walk for Upton 187. So 4-on-3 right now.
Yeah, Derula, Lazat, Mantoni alive on the field for Upton 187. Still 1 minute and 18 seconds left on that major penalty from Max Trailer.
And taking out that Revo player, the Snake, is, especially in a penalty, that's big for 187 there, as they lost Max Trailer. So here it is, 1 minute left in the penalty. Well, Revo's moving out of the Dorito side. You know, obviously they want to try and put as many points on this penalty. And as we say that, they go to the left side of the A.
Yeah, so up in the center, Baltimore Revo now to the 50-yard line on the D side. It's Frank up in the center for Revo, looking on that D side. They're trying to close the game out quickly and try to utilize this power play or get themselves in position to try to take out Max Trailer when he comes out of the box. 39 seconds before he'll make it out of there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Derula gets eaten live.
He got in there. He just kept creeping up way too fast. And here, Revo is just shredding 187 down the field, and here comes
Patrick Fong handled business in the Snake. Yeah. Ooh. Revo is hitting up right now. Revo, amazing work on the D side. Good job by Fong over here on the Snake side. Fong gonna hang that flag up. But 187 starting to let this one slip away here after originally going up a couple points. But now Baltimore Revo is trying to take down 187 crew. That would be a huge win for them. That would be a huge win. And it would also let the other player or the other teams in this division, Impact, Damage, and Vicious, and let them know, hey, don't sleep on us, man. Yeah. I don't know if you guys saw our infamous game, but out here trying to win tournaments.
That's right. What's the odds on Revo winning World Cup, Chris?
Not very good. I mean, they're playing good, but when it comes down, push comes to shove, I think at the end of the day, they're just not that level yet. I think that they're up there.
We'll see, because 187 beat Dynasty and Art Chaos at the last event. So we'll see. I don't know. Baltimore Revo up by 1 point here. 4-3 is the score. We'll be right back after this. We are back. 187 on the right-hand side of your screen. Baltimore Revo on the left. And Baltimore losing a body off the break. Number 33, Sean Rill taking the walk. Max Trailer still in the box for 187. 5 minutes and 11 seconds to go here.
And here he comes out of the box. If he makes it in, makes it out. He does make it out. And he gets hit immediately. So he gets in there, comes peeking out, boom.
Loses, shot by Revo. Gets shot on his first head check. So now 187 down a body. I'm sorry, up a body. No, evened up actually. Max Trailer and Dan Zaleski off the field from 187. It's Greg Lazat, William Huntoon, and Max Trailer left alive out there. 2 bodies on the snake side here for 187. Revo, bodies walking off, 2 of them at the same time, so it's just O'Mara and Sense left.
Looks like 187 lost their Dorito corner, so
they got 2 bodies left alive now too.
Both here on the snake side, snake corner, snake 2.
So big move, Zaleski, and another major penalty on 187. So just when they get one done with, you know, and it's tough too, because that's Max Trailer and Dan Zaleski, 2 of the best players on that team, getting back-to-back majors. So frustrating if you're a 187 fan out there, just when it's starting to look good, looking like they're going to tie it up. Well, they're still going to tie it up, but so it'll be 4-4 with a little under 4 minutes to play.
And the penalty box for 157, so back-to-back majors.
187. 157. Oh, I'm sorry. 157. Okay, I see. That was an unfortunate penalty, man, because they had that game. I mean, they still won the point, but they had it convincingly. It was a good move. It looked by Daniel Zaleski. Unfortunately.
Well, hey, it's back to even again.
Yeah.
It's a very, very close game. Greg Gonzalez, last player left alive on the field for 187, the last one. Again, there's not a lot of time left, and we've seen some long points out here. This could potentially be the first game that we see go to time yet today. We've seen nothing but totaled out 7 scores in this race to 7. So let's check in with the referee, hear about this penalty.
We have a major penalty on number 16 for 187, playing on, obvious hit.
That's a tough one. That's what we hadn't seen a ton of so far here at this event, but those red flags, as things start to get more important, you're going to see a little bit more of them. So got about 45 seconds before the start of this next game, or next point here, but the next game coming at you after this is going to be Damage taking on Vicious. They've played each other twice so far this year. They tied at the Mid-Atlantic Open, and then Damage took a victory against Vicious. So they're coming up next. After that, Impact versus Baltimore Revo. That'll be, I mean, if Revo can win this team, they're getting a really huge test in the team that's had the best year so far in 2014 for their second game in the Champions Division, Edmonton Impact.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if you get a win here, go into that game, then, hey, your whole team is confident. They watched Henry doing some crazy moves. Stephen O'Mara's playing great. Hey, anything can happen. But they are running into a team that, and hey, we're going to see here in a few games.
True test. It's going to be a true test for sure.
So Baltimore Revo on your screen, able to make it into Snake 1, and a major penalty on Baltimore Revo. I saw 2 red flags. That must have been a bad one. And it looks like that was on
John Hartman, looks like.
Yeah, John Hartman. And then 2 more bodies drop immediately after that, and that is going to be an incredibly fast point, which is going to, but yeah, they blow the horn, but still, it doesn't really matter. Both teams have major penalties, so both teams, for the majority of this regulation time, are going to be playing down a body. They'll be playing 4-on-4 with 1 minute and 31 seconds on 187's penalty and 1 minute and 53 on Baltimore Revo. 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. 187 with a slight lead, 1 point. We'll be right back after this. Looking back in the pits right now, Upton 187 crew, up by 1, 5-4. Let's check in, get this ref update here from that last penalty.
We have a major penalty on number 14, Revo, playing on, obvious hit.
So the Redbirds of Death have come to visit both 187 crew and Baltimore Revo here late in this match to make things a little bit more interesting than they already were. And these long points we've seen between these two teams taking the field right now as Zaleski and Hartman will sit in the box. And that's a big gun as Dan Zaleski, 8 confirmed kills for him. Greg Lazat's having a game. He's stepping up, 7 confirmed for him. Haven't seen a lot out of Max Trailer in this game. Mantoni, 3 kills for him. And about a minute and 36 seconds. There's Thomas Mantoni, longtime Northeastern professional paintball player.
Game's not over yet, guys.
Also, follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and help us spread the word. Hashtag PBA, hashtag Win World Cup, hashtag Paintball Access, and help us spread the paintball gospel. Man, we're doing all we can up here. Paintball Access, and every dollar, very much appreciate your support here for this webcast, and every dollar you spend goes directly to the production budget. So 3:27 to go. Can Baltimore Revo shock 187 and win their first Champions Division game, or is 187 crew finally going to get off to a good start and win this first matchup? And again, coming up next after this game, Damage and Vicious. 2 strong teams. Vicious taking 2nd place at the first event of the year. Struggled a little bit mid part of the year, but still very possible that they could do well here at the World Cup playing Tampa Bay Damage, who I thought had a shot to win the West Coast Open. They look like a motivated paintball team, and they are very hungry for another W. Last event they won was the West Coast Open in 2013. So 20 seconds. Both teams taking the field for this next point. It's going to be Lazat, Darula, Trailer, and Mantoni. So pretty much the core of their starting line with Dan Zaleski sitting in the box. So we'll see. Playing 4-on-4 right now. Revo on your right, 187 crew on your left. Here we go. Off the break, Baltimore Revo into Snake 1. He's going to wrap around, and it looks like Greg Lazat, the kill count leader, or second in the kill count for this game, he takes the walk early. So right now, the advantage is Baltimore Revo, as they have 4 players alive, streaking out to the Snake side back corner bunker, trying to back up his player in Snake 1.
On your screen, trying to shoot across the field, get a drop shot on that Snake, Steve. That's that back corner on the Dorito side of the field.
And you got to play that real tight, real small, because that, like you said, that's a drop shot there. And those guys, as the tournament's going on, you're going to see more and more of those guys take those shots right there. That's why you're seeing a lot of guys go in there, Chris, get in there and try to get around as quick as possible, because that guy, if he's tall, he can drop that right in.
There's Matt Darula on your screen, heads up playing right now in the Snake.
Oh, look at that. Darula almost caught one. I think he just got shot in his pack. The crowd's going crazy right now, trying to get the referee in to pull him out. So Darula dying out of his spot, getting shot cross field.
Right across field from Revo. So that's a great move. Gets in there, pops up, boom, shoots right on top of the harness.
Yeah, so Revo doing a real good job of pushing on that D side of the field. Looking at that on your screen right now, just 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 187 crew still with the 1-point lead, man. All they need is the time to expire, then they will win this match. So it's up to Revo. Revo has to push forward. There's 4 bodies looking at 2.
Get around. Hey, if you're Steve O'Mara, go down that Snake, man. Keep going.
First penalty burned off. 187 gets their body back. Dan Zaleski able to stay alive. Chooses to go towards the D side, and that enables him. Looks like another body. Thomas Mantoni getting shot back corner bunker. That's going to make it 2-on-4 again.
It's going to get interesting.
Yeah, Stephen O'Mara, he's got the move right here to make. Just get down that Snake side and go to work.
Well, you got to start going to work, and here comes the big move and cut through. Nice job. Looked like that was, I think it might have been Hartman. Well, regardless, amazing move is now, yeah, Mike Baker making his move on the D side.
And that's going to do it.
And
bring
so
it to tie game as long as this flag hangs clean.
This is the same thing that Revo did at West Coast Open, man. They just grinded you down.
They don't give up.
Yeah.
They do not give up.
Keep it going and get those points, and here it is, 5-5.
So the thumbs up sign, good to go. The hang is clean, and we have ourselves a tie game now, 5-5, with just a minute and 2 seconds to go here in regulation time.
Man.
Wow, this is a close one.
Just when it looked like 187 was in control a little bit, boom. 2 quick kills. Stephen O'Mara, Mike Baker down the Dorito side. Kenny Frank flying down the field. Hey, it's tied 5-5.
Yeah, that D side for Revo is real strong. One of the reasons that bearded man on your screen, Mike Baker right there. So here comes the first one through. Was that Frank?
I think that was Kenny Frank.
Yeah, so first move came through. Look at it coming from the 50-yard line. So look at the secondary move off of that. So first one comes through. Baker right off of that. Perfect execution. You can see where his eyes are across field. Knew where all the bodies were, knew the body count. Well executed play on that D side of the field by Baltimore Revo to tie this game up. Hope you're able to get your fantasy rosters in. You're playing for a Die DM15. Playing against the world to try to win brand new gun from Die Precision. 38 seconds to go before the start of this next point. Revo yet to send their 5 out. 187 slowly starting to make their way out too. Looks like they're going with Zaleski, Trailer, Lazat, and Derula, which is Upton's starting lineup, coming out to try to win this one here in a minute, or potentially go to an 3-minute overtime period. There are ties in the prelims. No ties on Sunday. If an overtime period ends, it goes to one-on-ones on Sunday, but in the prelims could potentially see a tie. Haven't seen one yet today. Off the break, Baltimore Revo loses two bodies in the center. They lose Sense, and they also lose John Hartman as well, too.
And look at 187 just flying down the Dorito side, Chris.
Still going. Greg Lazat is just stomping people out on that D side of the field.
He did get one, but it looks like
I think he got the other one too. That's going to be a major penalty, which should give the point to 187.
That's a good call, though. I mean, he blasted both of those guys.
Yeah, I can't argue with that call either. I mean, he goes through and blasts them both, and it looked like that was Baker, who was the hero for Revo at the West Coast Open. The zone last minute run through.
Just getting it done. Let's see this if we can get a replay here to see what happened at the end there exactly. But he was just cruising down the Dorito side. Just let's go, let's do this.
And and we've seen the main guys from 187. That we talk about that team, we talk about depth. But when you have a guy like Greg Lazat who just keeps getting better and better and better, steps up right there to put that one up there. Still don't see a point on the board. Still do not see a point on the board. So while they're kind of sorting it out down there, don't see that 6 point on the board. 35 seconds to go. Head on over to PbNation, join the conversation. Huge buy, sell, and trade section. Pretty much anything you want to know about paintball, you can find out. PbNation. Well, let's check in with the ref. That 6 point does go up, and let's hear what that penalty was.
We have a major on number 22, Revo, playing on obvious.
So, yeah, that's definitely what we saw up here.
And that is not what you want to do with 1 minute left in your first game, 5-5. It's just unfortunate that happened, but hey, there's 35 seconds left, and the way they've been playing, I'm not counting them out just yet here. So there's plenty of time on the clock.
Yeah, 30.
Especially on this layout.
We haven't seen a ton of very, very, very fast points, but we haven't seen this situation yet. It hasn't been this close with just 35 seconds because almost every game we've seen has been a relatively quick match. We have not seen a game go to time yet today in the morning bracket. Now in the afternoon bracket, maybe we'll start to see that. 187 on your right, Revo on your left. Revo, big bite all the way to the snake. And here comes Baltimore Revo. Wow, still alive, but he's going to get roped down as soon as he comes around and trades out.
Look at that move, nice.
And that is going to be a major penalty now on Ingram. So Ingram looked like Revo was going to be able to do it. As what a chaotic point. Derula still alive.
That's kind of cool.
Derula is still alive in the corner with 6 seconds left.
And as he was coming around, he just blasted the ref. He thought it was a player.
That's awesome.
Ref came cruising
And
around.
another penalty.
Minor penalty on 187.
So I think there was 3 separate penalties on that
I
point.
don't know if they got Keegan Ingram on when he dove in and went all the way down, if he was hit on the front or they got him at the end. I'd like to see a replay on that if we could see that.
Yeah, it was
That was chaos.
That was
I was trying to
point.
keep
That's what we
up.
thought was going to see, though. With 35 seconds left.
That was a big, but
down
he made
by
it.
1. Baltimore
He
down
made
by
it.
1.
I couldn't believe he made it.
Yeah, Ingram's a speed demon. Ingram's very, very aggressive. You know, I was talking to Henry Sense, and he's like, yeah, man, anytime we need, someone to go real far, real fast, Ingram's our guy. Let's check out this replay here. Split screen replay on the break. See who gets a better break here. So Revo left, 187 right, and on to the snake.
He's
but look
fast.
at Ingram. Ingram, just look at how low he was running. And he did not dive until he got to the 50.
Yeah.
Literally didn't dive till he got to the 50. And gets all the way there. 187 not expecting that. Look at that. He even head checked down that lane. And then Ingram comes around.
No, that's why he got the penalty, because he got shot in the elbow and turned back inside.
Yeah, and there was that penalty. So
still, man, hats off. That was sick.
That was great for those guys. Come out, take it to a 6-5 game, and then going with the flag right to the end, just getting torch going in there. Hey, we're going for it.
Well,
he almost made it.
Man.
He almost made it. So,
really
hey,
good.
Revo not able to get the victory, but continuing to impress us. Can't wait to see the other games. Revo, definitely. I enjoy I enjoy watching them play. They're an exciting team to watch play.
I do agree.
They're scrappy, man.
Yep.
So 187 just narrowly beating an incredibly scrappy Baltimore Revo, 6-5. That's a good win though for Revo or for 187 to start it out, because 187 not known for their quick starts.
Well, and speaking of 6-5, Aftershock just took on Red Storm on the Challengers Field. 7-6 in favor of Aftershock, 1-point win. So
wow, that's a close
that
game
was the
for
game
Shock.
we saw all those flags
Yes,
going.
yeah, exactly.
So
well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly here before we head to this next matchup.
Hey guys, I'm standing here with Sean Rill from Revo and Nick Roberts from 187. Congratulations, guys. That was the best grind we have seen all day, the closest match. Now, Rill, be real with me. Coming into this, your first time in Champions for World Cup, were you guys nervous? Were you confident? How were you really feeling coming into this?
Everybody's nervous coming into the pro event for the first event. So we kind of worked our hardest and see what we could do. So we're trying to prove something here.
Well, you definitely proved that you can play out here on this field and put up a good fight. Now, you guys had the lead early on. When they started coming back, did it surprise you, or how were you guys feeling?
We were feeling good. I mean, we got a few majors, so unfortunately we're used to battling back from that. So we just kind of know to keep our composure and stay focused and stick to the game plan, and we know we'll end up going as well.
In that last moment where it looked like Sean might be able to hang the flag without getting hit, what was running through your mind? Were you sweating it?
Yeah, a little bit. I was walking back, and I saw Darula shooting down the wire. He was running up the middle, and then last second he pulled a move like Max in the previous event and smoked him to the ground, so that was good.
Sean, you did make a great run through. You were so close to hanging the flag. What was running through your mind? Did you see that there were still that many players on the field, or what was your strategy there?
Oh, I wasn't the one that ran the flag, but I was the one that ran down the D side. Well, I was just praying I could get at least 2 or 3 people when I ran down.
All right, well, congratulations on the win, 187. Now, we have a next match coming up, so stay tuned.